and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome back to the channel, guys. The news very much continues here today. We've got some really interesting stuff coming up, because we are going to be talking today about Joan Laporta's rage after Barca's defeat to Granada, which ultimately lost the La Liga title. We're also going to be talking, as a result of those kind of mistakes, more about the exits this summer. Plus, of course, we've got to talk Lionel Messi and his contract situation. Are we close to a resolution? And which way does it seem to be going right now? It is all coming up, so sit right there, get ready, let's get to it. But I do want to start first of all by talking once again about Barça Femini. We discussed them, of course, at the beginning of the week over on MORETALKFCB, but they actually played yesterday, and they were going into that game just days after their Champions League victory, a brilliant win that it was against Chelsea, where, of course, they became European winners. And going into last night's game, it was a league match. The league was all decided. They'd won it by a country mile. They were playing for absolutely nothing, and you could have assumed that maybe they'll ease off a little bit. Maybe they'll take it a little bit lightly. They probably had some quite wild celebrations after that Chelsea game. But this group, these professional group of players, not a chance. They went out there yesterday after being awarded the title before the game, and they went on to score 8 goals without reply against Athletic Bilbao, taking their league tally to 136 goals for the season. That's 136 goals in 27 games, and if my maths there doesn't deceive me, that is 5 goals per game. Absolutely unbelievable. And that's funny because they've only conceded 5 goals in the entirety of the season. And after the final whistle there, it was amazing to see some of the celebrations. There were some fans inside the Johan Cruyff Stadium, and it was really nice there for that team to receive the kind of appreciation that they deserve. This season, they've been incredible. They can still win one more trophy and win the treble. They just keep on delivering. On the biggest stage, they're a relentless force. But indeed, if we do move on now to a man who wants to bring the first team back to those kind of standards, that kind of mentality, that kind of winning force that just keep winning. They're relentless in terms of their will to win and will there to score goals. And Laporta believes that this group of players have lost that winning edge. They've lost that winning mentality. And I just want to illustrate a point here of how angry he was after that game against Granada. Because many people will say if Koeman does indeed get sacked this summer by Laporta, that Laporta there is ignoring what the players have done, that Laporta is not going to punish the players for their mistakes and he's only going after the coach. But honestly, that couldn't be further from the truth. This morning, Sport there published an article basically detailing Laporta's reaction after that game at the Camp Nou, which saw Barça lose unbelievably to Granada. Because Sports say there that Laporta watched that game, of course, from the presidential area at the Camp Nou. He was sitting alongside the owners from Granada, and he had to sit there whilst they celebrated, basically in his face, as Granada came back and did the unthinkable against Barcelona. It was embarrassing for him. He felt anger, and apparently their Sports say he was absolutely seething by the time it came to the final whistle. And when he went into the changing room at the end of the game, that anger, it really came out. He unleashed that, apparently, against the players. He was so unhappy with the manner of that kind of defeat and the collapse from this team. And apparently those present there, the players and indeed the staff, they were stunned by the rage that Laporta there had shown in the dressing room. And of course, we don't know if this is 100% accurate information. There's no guarantee that any of this happened, but I can certainly believe that, because let's remember, of course, Laporta is a president who is very close with the players, and it works 2 ways. Because you remember the game before PSG, in terms of Laporta there, travelling with the team, encouraging the team, meeting with each of the players and putting their arm around and saying, we can do this. He did exactly the same there before El Clasico, and all the players have said they really appreciate the fact there that they have that warm support and that close relationship with their president. But like I say, it works both ways. Yes, Laporta is somebody who'll support you, he'll back you, he'll encourage you, but if you let him down, if you let the fans down, like they did against Granada, don't expect him to hold back. Don't expect him there not to really call you out on those mistakes. He will do. And that is why we will see changes. Because I want to take a look here at Sports front cover indeed, because they have the big headline here, and it is a really strong headline too that basically translates as slaughter or destruction in the dressing room at Barcelona. And I just want to go through here each of those players and what Sport believe will be happening with them this summer. Because as you can see here along the top line, you've got Gerard Piqué, you've got Jordi Alba, Busquets and Sergio Roberto, all there with the tag reduce or leave. Basically either they accept a reduction in salary or they're gone. It is that simple. It is one way or the other, and we're going to be ruthless this summer. So Piqué, Alba, Busquets, Roberto there, reduce or leave, although Sport have actually gone even further today to say that Roberto, he has no place at Barca next season, that he will leave the club this summer after Laporta has made the decision there to sell him. It is interesting to see they have labelled Ricky Puig there as somebody who could go out on loan. That contradicts what we've heard in recent days when it comes to his future. I don't expect him to leave on loan. I certainly expect him to stay. Leaving Neto, Umtiti, Junior Firpo, Miralem Pjanic, Coutinho, that does not surprise me at all there that all of those players could indeed leave. There's rumours this morning of Everton being interested in Neto, and Junior Firpo has interest there from a number of Serie A clubs. And then you come to that bottom line there. Matheus Fernandes, of course, is going to be leaving. Martin Braithwaite, most likely as well, is going to see the exit door, but there's two big names there. Antoine Griezmann and Ousmane Dembele. Sports say that they will leave this summer. I don't believe right now that it's that concrete, that it's that 100% confirmed that they are going to see the exit door, but I do believe they're two players who we're open to offers for. It is by no means certain that we'll see Griezmann or Dembele with his contract situation at the club next season, and going into the summer, it is really up in the air for many of those big name players. But of course, guys, since there has been so much talk there about departures and changes that we're going to see at the club this summer and that we're very, very excited about, one thing that we haven't really spoken a great deal about recently is Messi's future. That, of course, is a departure and a change at the club that we don't want to see happen. We want to see Messi remain at Barcelona and sign a renewal. Of course, he is free to leave in the summer if we don't find a way to get that contract renewed. And I do want to touch here on a big report that actually surfaced yesterday evening, and it did come as well from a reliable source, and it was for me very positive news when it comes to Lionel Messi, because beIN Sport's Ashraf Ben Ayad, he reported there that Lionel Messi does want to sign a new contract at Barcelona this summer. He wants to continue at the club, and he's not listening right now to any offers coming from elsewhere. But the delay in the renewal, the fact that it's not done yet, is not just because we're waiting until the end of the season. Messi still is looking for Laporta for some assurances. And I want to make it absolutely clear, those assurances, it's nothing to do with money. Messi, if he's going to stay, he will have to agree to a lower salary. I do believe that's going to be possible on his side. But beIN say that Messi is still adamant. He said it all along. He wants a competitive team. He wants a strong project for the coming season. And he wants to see what Laporta is going to do to change the dynamic, because they say there that Messi is tired of the disappointments of the team that we've suffered season after season after season. And I honestly, guys, I do believe right now that Messi, he feels very similar emotions to what we do as fans. Remember, this is his club. This is the team that he loves playing for. He's going to feel hurt. He's going to feel angry year after year. He's going to feel drained right now. And people always talk about what Messi could go and win elsewhere. He could go to PSG. He could go to Man City, he could go and win these titles elsewhere, but what always seems to be forgotten is that he wants to win here. It's like saying, oh, Messi could have gone to Spain and won national team trophies there, he could have won everything there was to win with the Spanish national team, but no, he wants to win for Argentina. It's the same with Barcelona. You saw what it meant to him when we won the Copa del Rey earlier on in the season. That is the emotion and the connection that Messi has with this club. If he can win here, he would much rather stay, and Messi indeed is waiting on the next moves of Laporta, and that's why I think certainly next week, he said it himself there, Laporta, that we are going to start to see some of those decisions coming into action, and it's not just going to be us fans who are watching on and seeing how things are going to take shape. Messi himself will be watching with interest. And I also do want to tell you guys that on Saturday, Lionel Messi, the man himself, will be sitting down there with Ole, who are an Argentine sports newspaper. He is going to give an exclusive interview to them, and we're going to have to wait and see what Messi says in that interview. I wouldn't go too far with this. I wouldn't say that he's going to announce his future in that kind of interview. I don't believe that it'll be done in that way, but it will be interesting to see how Messi reflects on the season, and indeed ahead, of course, of Copa America. I'll be bringing you all that on Saturday after it happens. But let me know your thoughts, guys, on everything we have discussed in today's video, from Barça Femini to that rage from Laporta after the defeat against Granada, and indeed the sales that we have discussed. What do you think will happen with Messi? Do you see him staying ahead of next season? Let me know all of that good stuff down below. Thank you for your support. Honestly, guys, it has been fantastic from you over the past few days as we are all looking forward to change, genuine change. This summer, there is plenty more to come, and I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. But until next time, guys, as always, Visca El Barça.